So our first match over pretty quickly. Tze Yong and Hwang Ya-chong with an easy win over Dayon Ferdinandsha and Gloria Emmanuel Vijaya. And now we're into our second match of the day. More Indonesians in action here. Shesar Hiren Rhustavito will be taking on Malaysia's Tze Yong in the men's singles event. So looking at the bottom half of the draw, top half of the draw, I should say, excuse me, you can see there Rhustavito and the winner will take on either Jonathan Christie or Brian Young. That match will also be here at Court 1 a little bit later on. So we wait the players to come on shortly. The officials are already out, so that means they are on their way. Right, here they are now. Here's Rhustavito. Only met once before, and that was just recently at the World Champs. Tze Yong won this very, very comfortably, 21-9 in just 36 minutes.
Yeah, what did you say?
Sorry, that was at the All England, not the World Champs. But that was, I'm sure, something that Rhustavito would like to correct today. This is the opportunity to do so. So he's flying the flag for Malaysia men's singles. Tze Yong. Lizzie Zhao was eliminated by Kodai Naraoka yesterday. Shesar Hiren Rhustavito is 178 centimeters tall. So currently 45th in the world. Beat Priyanshu Rajawat in a pretty tight second game. Look at that one, 26-24, took 41 minutes. Promoted from the reserves for this one. Tze Yong, 23, from the south of Malaysia, Johor. Not far from being 6 foot. He is 22 at the moment in the world, and not far away from his best achieved a short while ago. He beat Pranoy in what was one of the matches so far of the tournament here on Court 1. A match in which Pranoy looked like he was going to win. It was a very distinct difference with the ends and the way that they played. The drift making a massive difference, but he adapted quickest. No doubt about it, Tze Yong. In the end, Pranoy seemingly on the way to winning that one.
Ready to play?
And he had a nice 5-point lead that Tze Yong battled back from, and then won that match. He's had a day's rest as well, which is not that common. By Datum there from India. Supported by Su Xiaofeng from China. Rhustavito, this time has won the Russian Open in 2019, the Vietnam Open in 2018, as well as Indonesia International Series, yet to win on the World Tour. So this is a big moment for him to keep going. And Tze Yong has won the Bahrain International Challenge in 2022. Commonwealth Games, he got the silver last year. Scottish Open, Belgian International in 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the right, Shesar Hiren Rhustavito, Indonesia. And on the left, Tze Yong, Malaysia. Tze Yong to serve. Love all. Play.
Well, Lung should come into this as the favorite. Given their previous meeting, also the difference in rankings, 22 versus 45. Shesar Hiren Rhustavito has only won 2 matches this year. Granted, he's only played 8 of them on the World Tour. He only started playing, he played in January, Malaysia Open and India Open, then the Indonesia Masters. Only won 1 match. That was against Kidambi Srikanth, so that's a pretty good win, but
So it's over. 2-1.
Then didn't play till the All England where he lost to Tze Yong, as we mentioned. After that, competed at the Swiss Open. And they did play back on the World Tour till that was in March, where he lost in the first round. Then the last time he played on the World Tour was at the Australian Open. Rhustavito, who currently leads. Just a little wide of the line there.
4-1.
Good start here from Rhustavito. Well, that one took a really big look at that. The tape still made it over. More than enough power on that one.
So it's over. 2-1.
Well, right now, it's the one who looks, who's been rusty. He's not played too much badminton this year. He's looking the sharper of the two for now. And Tze Yong hasn't really started his day yet. Remember, if we're going by the conditions of what we saw from last night, and actually all of yesterday, then the tougher side is with Rhustavito.
4-5.
He's got the drift behind him.
Tuh, depannya jangan ngumpan itu, tekan dulu baru kamu pegang, ya, supaya dia nggak bisa keluar.
Two minds with that one, Rhustavito. And Tze Yong draws level. Couldn't do much with that. And then Tze Yong has the lead for the first time.
Depannya jangan polos banget, lurus, belokin, scan, nah gitu-gitu tuh. Jangan lurus-lurus terus, jangan ngambang. Harus berani tuh.
Well, I'm only catching snatches of what the coach is saying to Rhustavito, but it's a lot of don't do this and don't do that at the moment. My very basic Bahasa knowledge.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Well, that I think we all heard. It's okay. So he's trying to be encouraging here, the coach.
That's it. Yeah, berani aja, come on.
Service over. 6-7.
Bro, 1-1 bisa ya. Ya.
That's good work.
7-all.
Bisa.
Yeah, it might be because we somehow have the mic near the coach for this one. Some didn't hear it in the previous match, but yeah, certainly getting more from the mics now. Give you some good insight if you understand what they're saying.
Aduh.
Service over. 8-7.
Good change of racket required by Tze Yong.
1-1 ya, bisa ya, come on.
Service over. 8-all. Wipe the court, please. Wipe the court.
Just need to wipe the courts down now. This is something we're going to see a lot more as the day progresses, because it is fairly warm in here. A lot of sweating going on, and the players need to ensure that for their own safety the courts are very properly wiped down. So tight start to this one. Oh, he's made it. That's good. Rhustavito, even with the drift behind him.
Ten, 8.
Wide again.
Service over. 9-10.
This time he gets to it first, Tze Yong. Not the second time of asking.
11-9 interval.
And it is Rhustavito who goes into the interval. 11-9 up here against Tze Yong.
Levelnya jangan menyimpan. Jadi udah benar panjang kayak gitu aja. Terus yang didorong. Yang penting dia nggak enak. Levelnya jangan ragu-ragu, simpel aja udah. Jadi kalau cuma belakang udah jauh banget. Jangan coba itu kalau jauh ya. Tapi kalau sini hajar, tapi variasi ke silangnya. Lurus kali. Dari dorongnya. Kamu sempatnya itu udah bagus. Sempat aja.
He almost got that through, didn't he, Rhustavito?
Service over. 10-11.
Tze Yong trying to stick on his tail. Just gone a little long there, Rhustavito, probably with the drift not in his favour. He's won 12 of 21 second round matches as Tze Yong. Now moves too clear.
13-11.
Lost his last one against Anders Andersen at the World Champs. He pushed him quite a bit in that one. He's had a recent pattern of alternating between winning and losing his second round matches. So if we're going by that pattern, he is due to go through this one, if you go by those sort of things. Beat Dominic Christie at the Australian Open, which was a great result.
Service over. 12-13.
So that's 12 of 9. He's won. What about Rhustavito, who's, as I said, barely played this year.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Overall in second round matches, and he's played 58 of those. And actually lost more second round matches than he's won. 28 out of 58. He's won. In fact, he's lost his last 4. Those had to play much higher ranked opponents. Wang Hongyang he lost to at the Australian Open, John De Christie at the Indonesia Masters, Lo Kian Yu at the Hilo Open last year, and Koda Narok at the French Open last year as well. Lost those last 4. Mind you, he beat Lee Jia, another Malaysian, 5th seed, 5th and number 5 actually at the time, in the Malaysia Open last year.
Service over. 14-12.
Well, he's a high-ranked player. He has got the head-to-head record, and he's on the so-called better end. Tze Yong is only 2 in front here against Rhustavito, who's made things difficult for his high-ranked opponent. Wide. The idea, well, you can see what he was looking to do.
15-12.
Rhustavito against Malaysians overall in the second round. And he faced him 9 times. Won 5 actually out of 9. He's got a better record against Malaysians than he does again in his overall record. Second round. He's got a good, decent record against Tze Yong. Beaten him twice in the last 3 meetings they've had.
16-12.
In the second round. And overall against Malaysians. Tze Yong now in the 4th year. It's 24 meetings against Malaysians. He's won 12 and lost 12. Lost his last 2 to Tze Yong and Lee Jia this year. And he's certainly looking in a much better position than Tze Yong. That's a good cross-court smash from Rhustavito.
30-17. Thank you. Thank you.
What about Tze Yong against Indonesians? What's his record? In the second round, well, so he played 2 Indonesians in second rounds before. John De Christie, both those times. He's won 1 and lost 1. As I mentioned, the Australian Open recently, he beat Christie. And Indonesians overall, he's also got a good record. 1, 4, lost 3. Won his last 3 in a row against Indonesians.
14-17.
Gone a little long, it has.
15-17.
And he's fighting back here. Rhustavito is only 2 away from his opponent. So this has been a decent little spell. Remember, it was 17-12. 3 in a row. Make that 4.
16-17.
Well, this has been good, really good. He had a 4-point run earlier, Tze Yong. And it's now a 4-point run for Rhustavito. Come right back into this. Great reactions from both players. Lovely stop, drop, and an easy finish. And that was an intense rally.
16.
He moves too clear here. It's come at a good time.
Thank you.
3号场地即将进行的是个别双打比赛 World Tour Mixed Doubles 来自泰国的德差波双星
Can he finish this off, Tze Yong?
Service judge from China.
Doesn't look too happy with the court. He had some issues with it the other day as well. The umpire and him had a bit of a running battle, Tze Yong.
No. 19-16.
Now you feel he's in a great position. Tze Yong still doesn't look particularly happy with the court, by the way. He keeps looking around. Okay, looking at the surface. And he's given himself 4
20.
game points here.
Game point 16.
Oh,
In the
I think that's the first
called
challenge of the day here at court 1. Just looked like a bit of a hopeful one from Tze Yong. That probably was in. A little hard to see from where we are, but let's see. Yep, most certainly is in.
challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 17-20.
Masih bisa ya. Satu ya.
你的防守表达，我们呢有时候把你推出手线，还有特手的，还是注意对脚吧。
Play.
Doesn't make it over, Tze Yong.
18-20.
And Rhustavito has saved another game point here. Still with Tze Yong. But the pressure will be starting to build. Can he finish this off? He does do it in the end, Tze Yong. That was a lot closer than he probably would have wanted, especially given
21-18.
his ranking. the end that he's at and his record, Rhustavito has certainly scored more points today than he did in his last match. Either one of those games. Slight consolation. He has lost the first game, has work to do in the second.
Good. 1, 20 seconds. 1, 20 seconds.
Habisin semua kayak latihan ya.
Second game. A decent performance in the first game there from Rhustavito.
Play.
It was a long first game. Almost 25 minutes long. Wrong footing his opponent there. Now he's on the easier end, as it were. And he pushed all the way in that first game. So let's see now how he copes here. Nice brisk start from him.
Low.
Iya. Itu aja, berani aja ya.
3, low.
This is fantastic for Rhustavito.
Love.
He's immediately making full use of things on his side. 4 love very, very quickly.
Thank you. Thank you. Back on foot, back on foot.
Fokus terus, fokus ya, satu-satu aja.
I think the coach is saying to Rhustavito, one by one, take each point as it comes.
Terus tuh, beraniin aja tuh.
5, love.
Was not happy about something. Let me see. You can see it from here. Couldn't see what it was, but it's 5 unanswered points for Rhustavito. That's more like it. From right in the slot there.
Kalau dari belakang jangan di
1, 5.
Let's remember that Ung will be able to understand what the coach is saying to Rhustavito.
Play.
He will also speak Bahasa, slightly different.
It's 1-5.
Malay version of Bahasa and the Indonesian one, but
ayo lebih disiplin lagi.
enough for him to understand what's being said. He's found it hard in this end, hasn't he, so far, Tze Yong?
Service over. 2-6.
Tze Yong now looking to at least put on a run himself. He's not had that opportunity. It took him a while to score his first point. This is better.
Full 6. Five, 6.
This is the kind of run I was talking about for Tze Yong.
Tuh, jangan belakang jangan dibuka ya, tuh ya.
Got there well, and Tze Yong. And he does a great job with that drop. Beautifully placed. Had to really stretch for this one. Yeah, wasn't going to get there, Rhustavito.
Habis-habisan ini, come on.
Tze Yong feels that he wants to challenge this one. He's definitely out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 7-6.
Mainnya bebas ya, yang penting kamu siap, berani aja.
Play.
Okay, I think I'm hearing the coach saying play freely to Rhustavito.
Ya, gitu.
And that would be primarily because
8,
he
6.
is on this end where he's going into the drift. Which means he can play shots as hard as he likes, and it generally would be in his favour. Just as he was starting to catch up with Rhustavito, the Indonesian starts to pull away again. well there, Rhustavito, to get to it. Puts that one away easily.
10,
He's
6.
certainly struggling on Tze Yong. He sure doesn't want to drag this out to a third. They'll both be sharing sides of the court, both sides of it. Now we can hear the Malaysian coach speak to him, Tze Yong.
Interval.
So at the interval, it is Rhustavito who's looking pretty good here. Leading by 5. Rhustavito has won the Vietnam Open in 2018. That's the Super 100, the Russia Open the year after. Big look at you, in fact, in that final in 2019.
11-6. Play.
Tze Yong, as I mentioned, the Commonwealth Games silver medalist from the last Olympics. He lost. Actually beaten upset by defeating Lo Kian Yu
12-6.
along the way in the quarterfinals. Beat Kadangi Shrikant in the semis. But lost to Lakshya Sen in that one. Still looking for his first tour win.
$13-6.
Well, all of a sudden, he's back to an imposing lead here, Rhustavito, by 7. And only needs to do something right now, because this is running away from him.
14-6.
He managed to do it again against Pranoy.
Service over. 7-14.
Yeah, he's struggling big time. And Tze Yong.
7.
Rhustavito seemingly on his way to taking the second game.
這場轉下近姐，咩住啦？這場轉不一棍下轉下近姐。
It's been a litany of points. 5-1 since the break in favor of Rhustavito. This has been good from the Indonesians. Indonesian has now had 7 points in a row a little earlier, starting from when he was 7-6 up.
Service over. 8-17.
Well, that's more like it from Ang, but
17.
that's not happened anywhere near enough for him.
Service over. 18-9.
Yeah, this is ending quite painfully, isn't it, for Tze Yong, the second game? Huge differential between them, and yeah, you wonder how much of an impact that will have on him in the next game.
20 game points.
Plenty of game points here for Rhustavito. Just look surprised that that was in
10,
Tze Yong. A couple of points
11,
at the end,
20.
but it would appear that Rhustavito seemed better accustomed to being on this closer end. However, Ng will have learnt a few things.
Game. Second game.
Yeah,
Won by
focusing on the third game coming up here.
21-11.
Rhustavito winning it
One
very,
game
very
off.
comfortably indeed. 21-11. We're going into a third shortly.
Tenang dulu, tenang. Ingat sekarang kan ini menang angin nih. Nah, jadi kamu jangan buru-buru. Nanti dia juga begitu, mengangkat kamu terus. Kamu turun aja. Tah, kalau bola enak baru kencang. Kalau enggak, gitu. Turun, ketengahin, depan, pegang tengah depan, silangin, baru kamu sintir. Cuman dia kan mau sintir duluan nih. Nah, kayak tadi ada beberapa kali. Kamu udah net, tungguin, kamu sodok aja udah langsung. Ya, supaya dia nggak pede itu nih, netnya.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds. Final game. Love all. Play. Service over. 1 love.
Well, if you've been watching over the last few days, you'll have heard of co-commentator Steen say that when it comes to the singles matches, particularly in the men's, you are playing 4 mini matches. If this goes to 3, the distance. You see a complete difference in Tze Yong, who has suddenly looked reinvigorated, re-energized on that far end, which is the more preferable end, it would appear. He was looking very, very languid and fairly immobile in that last game towards the end, where the writing was perhaps on the wall. But what was clear was he is certainly much more comfortable on this end. That's why Steen was saying it is 4 mini matches, because you're playing 1 match at each end. Presumably, if it's that wild in terms of the conditions, and it'll be 1-1, and then the third game would be consistent because you swap ends at the interval. You're playing effectively a mini match at either end before you swap. It's about how much each player has learnt and able to adapt. And Tze Yong here with a very good start, very similar start to what Rhustavito enjoyed. Remember, Rhustavito went up to 5-love before Ng got his first point on the board in the last game. And Tze Yong was 5-1 up at one stage as well. Excuse me, Rhustavito was like 5-1 up. Perhaps a bit surprising than that. A little bit of slice on there from Tze Yong. It did appear that Rhustavito was a lot more comfortable with the conditions than Ng was, the change in conditions, particularly being on this harder side. So, in theory, Ng will want to now have as big a lead as possible going into the interval, because he then swaps sides onto this more difficult end. And to be 5 up here is the perfect start for him. It's exactly what he wants. He wants at least 4 or 5 point lead going into that interval. Too much power in that one from Rhustavito. First point on the board in game 3.
1-5.
I mentioned the other day that
Thank you.
Tze Yong is garnering a fair bit of attention in Malaysia. Kind of regarded as past, but recently as real potential. He showed his tactical guile against Pranoy. That adds to that. Yeah, Lee Chong-wei, the great Lee Chong-wei from Malaysia, has said he would like to see Tze Yong at the upcoming Olympics. Match against Pranoy was impressive. That's a lovely shot from Ng.
7-1.
And even Ng said that he took the opportunity to beat Pranoy. He felt that Pranoy hadn't fully recovered from the world champs. Remember, Pranoy there, the world champs, beat Victor Axelsen in the quarterfinals. What a result that is. In Denmark as well. Then had an energy-sapping match against Kundavut in the semi-finals, which while he lost, still got his first ever medal at the World Champs.
2-7.
And did admit Pranoy is a very strong player with powerful smashes. He tried to avoid lifting the shuttle, which he did for large parts. Showed a lot of resilience in that third game, which is where we are now. He was 8-13 down to win that match. That's why I said Pranoy was looking in very good position there. Ung seems much more in his element now on this end. He's got that 6-point lead. This is what he wants to continue. And he was against Pranoy. He had superb net play, patient attack, solid defense, and earning him a route back to the match. And it was at 18-all. Stayed ice cool to claim the last 3 points for that win against Pranoy. Another challenge here from Tze Yong.
Called in.
He felt that was out. I think he's already had another challenge here. Oh, that's tight, but it is in.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge.
And he's still got one left.
Service over. 8-8. Play.
Good reactions. Great defending at times there from Tze Yong, who has had a great 2023 in the sense that he's
Service over.
had beaten world #1 Victor Axelsen, former world champion Loke New, and world #9 Jonathan Christie. Shesar Rhustavito is here because Kunlavut withdrew from the tournament.
Then, break.
Presumably from exhaustion from the world champs. Tze Yong saying he's feeling pretty good about things. It's
Service over.
10-4 here.
4-10.
Still 6-point lead. If you can get it to 11-4 and have a 7-point lead, it'll feel good. But it's interesting because just last month he was he's just put on a little bit more weight. He feels he's a bit sturdier now. He's up to 70 kilos. After the Sudirman Cup, he started going to the gym a little bit more, I guess, and up to 70. There he is, all important at the interval. He's 11-4 up and leading by 7. That's a very good margin to have going into what is perceived as the more difficult end.
Good 1, 20 seconds. Good 1, 20 seconds. Thank you. Back on board. Back on board.
That win over Axelson that I mentioned earlier was at the All India, which really got a lot of people talking.
11-4.
He's also beat Song Ka-long and Cho Tien-chen. These are big names. He's had a bit of a roller coaster time though, so saying while beating Axelson was a big motivation, he needs to produce more consistent results. Now let's see how things go here. That's with the drift. Rhustavito wants to get a brisk start here. Put the pressure right on.
11.
He's looking to work on consistency on Tze Yong.
Thank you. Thank you.
身体班场差身体就是
Physical strength and stamina has helped improve his performances. He said he doesn't feel tired like before. He's able to recover for the next day. So all this is key, and he says he wants to give his best in every tournament. Hopefully, he can continue the consistency.
6, 11.
This is good from Rhustavito. We expected this response,
Challenges called out.
but it is going to be challenged by Rhustavito here. I actually thought that was in originally, but here we go. It is out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
發出應等下推你啊！
Service over. 12,
That was
6.
important for Tze Yong.
Play.
He hit that straight at Rhustavito. Had he gone down the line, easier said than done, of course. Probably would have won the point. That was a shot. Rhustavito, easy one to just return.
Thank you.
Hả? 发球，这发球那个推着硬一点，然后推你。对呀，啊？
Service over. 13-7.
啊，你出硬一点，等他放弱放软，你就戳上。
He wants to maintain this sort of lead in case there's any kind of fight back here for Rhustavito.
还含着。
As big a cushion as he can get. Certainly saw how Rhustavito played in the second game.
13.
It's gone long.
Service over. 14-8.
If he can maintain this, Tze Yong, he'll be very, very happy.
Thank you. Thank you.
对啊，放开。啊，放佢一再啊。
Stays in. He looks vulnerable there. Rhustavito is being stretched. And Tze Yong correctly going from side to side there. He's in an excellent position now.
Quick. Thank you.
I just looking to push them quickly along.
Go very wide.
I think he has to just keep doing what he's doing. Rhustavito's under the cosh here a little bit. Threw himself again at that one.
Service over. 9-15.
这个球超级身体啊！这个球超级身体。
He's really quite athletic, isn't he, when he wants to be? If you contrast this performance here to the one, the game where the previous game where he was at this end as well, very, very different. He's throwing himself everything. It's all on the line here, isn't it? He's still ahead by 6. Just requiring a little bit of treatment. There's a bit of blood there. That's what happens, of course, when you're throwing yourself around on the court. Just got to make sure all the blood is taken care of. Ung is okay.
Play. 10-15.
Well, it's going to start getting
11-15.
pressurizing for Tze Yong now, who's only leading by 4. So Rhustavito is narrowing the gap, fast approaching that striking distance. won't be panicked just yet, but he certainly will start to feel it very shortly. Well, this is excellent from Rhustavito. We expected this. This is why we were talking about having a cushion of points. 4 in a row. Make that 5 in a row, in fact. And now 6. Rhustavito right on his tail. It was so comfortable, wasn't it? For Tze Yong. And it's all become a bit panicky now. I think that's out, but Rhustavito, unsurprisingly, is challenging that. He may have a case here. This would put him level. Remember, oh, how close is that? It is the tightest call we've heard today. So tight. Remember, it was 15. 8.
16, 14, play.
But he's put himself right back in contention. Lovely shot from Tze Yong. Really having to push Rhustavito here. Just to take a bit of a dive towards, a bit of a leap. And that's eased a bit of that pressure off for Ung. Oh, that's wayward.
So it's over.
Now he's
15, 17.
having a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Remember, against Pranoy in the third game, he was down by 5. Came back to win it. Rhustavito was even more. 7-point lead that Tze Yong enjoyed. That time it doesn't go Rhustavito's way.
So it's over. 18, 15. Play.
Yeah, that's more like it. Rhustavito still in this. Coach also giving out some instructions, covering his mouth this time, probably knowing that he can understand what he's saying. And now Ung's coach also going right into this. And he finishes off now. Good reactions here from Ung. That's really good. Crowd enjoying that one. And And now 4 match points for Tze Yong. Really eased it off here. He looked to be in some trouble a little earlier on. Lovely work from him on that one. Now, just the 1 point required for Tze Yong. Tze Yong, who's never played at the China Open before. This year, quarter-final appearance at the All England, as we mentioned, and
20 match point.
the Swiss Open, the Thai Open, as well as the Australian Open, Korea Open, and Thailand Masters. Still looking for his first win. Rhustavito has only been to the second round here in 2019, his only other appearance. But it is Tze Yong who wins this one. Almost, sorry, excuse me. Not quite there yet. One saved by Rhustavito.
Play.
Still 3 match points for Ng. He said he's not going to challenge that. It looked like he was. Tze Yong seemed to be changing his mind. 2 match points left. Getting a bit nervy again. And that's really well done by Rhustavito.
19-20.
Wow. He had a fairly comfortable 4 match points. And now Rhustavito's really applying that pressure. Good reactions again from Ng. And that is brilliant work. 4 points on the trot from Rhustavito. Talk about holding your nerve. Tze Yong. Well, that has got to hurt somewhere. In the deep recesses of his mind, he will be kicking himself. And all of a sudden, Rhustavito has got match point.
21-20.
He's just hit 5 in a row. He's saved 4 match points here. And it's the Indonesian now who has the advantage. This would be absolutely remarkable. Rhustavito, what a win this is! Facing 4 match points, he has just reeled off 6 in a row to win this. Well, that has got to be devastating for Tze Yong, who had a 7-point lead in this 3rd game.
Before moving to your coach, come to our coach. Okay?
That is truly remarkable.
Last one by Shesar Hiren Rhustavito.
He was 15-8 up,
11, 22,
which means he's won 14 of the last 19 points, Rhustavito. That is a brilliant, brilliant win for this man, who's only had, by the way, 2 wins this year coming into this tournament. Well, that is one of the stories of the day so far. Shesar Hiren Rhustavito of Indonesia beats Tze Yong 18-21, 21-11, 22-20. He's done it in 74 minutes.